Hello everybody, this is GeneralJannis, and today in Chaos Tactics I'm looking at the Foetid Bloatdrones, the very iconic fast attack, death guard, demon engine, the more maneuverable with the fly, 3 weapon options. So how does it look in the 10th edition? So let's take a look. So today, the 9th of June, the indexes have start coming out. We had the Tyranids yesterday, that was only 94 pages, and today the Space Marines with 252 pages. Will take a lot of time to go through all of that. So next week, when we'll get more of the Chaos factions and all the Death Guard and so on, I will be probably very busy. But this week has also been quite busy. But as I said in this video, focusing on the Foetid Bloatdrone, looking at the data sheet, the damage output of the 3 different configurations, and then how these hovering death maneuverability possibilities are to use it on the battlefield. So let's take a look. So looking at the Foetid Bloatdrone, the datasheet, I haven't seen the datasheet with the keywords, but we will assume it still can fly. So it has a 10-inch move, toughness is increased to toughness 9, like a Rhino or something like that. Could be nice for demon engines to be a little bit more tougher than a Rhino, but okay, toughness 9 it is. Then it goes up to 10 wounds, getting 1 more wound than today, but it doesn't seem to have a degrading profile. And then we have the 3+ save and 5+ invulnerable save as today. And then looking at the weapons, we have still the option to get either the Hvy Blightlauncher or 2 Plague Speeders or the Flesh Mower. The Hvy Blightlauncher seems to have been buffed nicely here, so it has the lethal hits. It's still 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, but now the strength is increased, so strength 8, AP -2, damage 2. Not many weapons are still having AP -2, so the AP can really help. So AP -2 here, the most AP the Foetid Bloatdrone can get. Looking at the Plague Speeders, of course it can take 2 Plague Speeders. This seems to be getting like all the Plague Flamer weapons that we have quite a lot of Death Guard now. 12-inch range, anti-infantry 2+, ignoring cover and auto-hitting. This is of course very good with a new Overwatch strat, something moving close to your Foetid Bloatdrone. If you have the CP to spend, you could Overwatch and auto-hit 2d6 shots. Strength 6, AP -1, damage 1, like today. And then looking at the Flesh Mower, this is a bit more, let's say, nerfed. So we have it gained the lethal hits, so basically 6 is to hit auto wound. We have, let's say, only 10 attacks with the Flesh Mower. Previously it was 12. And then the strength is 7. AP is decreased to AP -1, but it keeps the damage 2 weapon, damage 2 damage. And the Plague Probe, also lethal hits, only 3 attacks. Previously we had 4 attacks, so strength 6, AP -1, damage 1. So yeah, 3 of the weapons get the signature by now, Death Guard lethal hits, and the Plague Speeders of course get the anti-infantry 2+, like we have seen for a lot of other weapons. In the next table I will show you the damage output, but an interesting ability they have is the hovering death. And this says that the Foetid Bloatdrones are eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn where they fall back. And this is very interesting to get some additional movement for Death Guard that we previously didn't have any access to. So falling back in a smart way and being able to shoot and declare charges and maybe putting the contagion to another part of the board. So that seems quite interesting, I think, for the Foetid Bloatdrones. So in this table, I'm looking at the Bloatdrone's damage output. You have all the weapons here, and in the table you have for the various columns different targets in the 10th edition, and the numbers indicate the damage dealt on average. So the comma is a decimal point, so 2,9 means 2.9 decimal point. So starting with the Hvy Blightlauncher, in the first line, you see that it can do 4.7 wounds on intercessors, so killing 2 intercessors from 36-inch range. The AP -2 helping out. 2.3 wounds against Terminators or Blightlords. No difference, of course, in this scenario. And then we still are keeping 3 wounds also versus the vehicles. AP -2 and lethal hits help it do a little bit also versus the tougher vehicles that are difficult to wound here. If the Foetid Bloatdrone is in engagement range, we get -1 to hit, but if we're shooting at something that's in engagement range, then we also get the benefit of the enemy being in contention range, and you can see the damage output on the second line. This is with the modification of -1 to be hit, but the enemy is suffering -1 toughness in the contention range. So you can also, of course, shoot it into engagement range or out from engagement range. The Plague Probe is the melee weapon. Then if you select the Hvy Blightlauncher or the Plague Speeders, you can see the damage output here. Nothing severe here, nothing really strong. Maybe 1 kill Termagant, 1 kill Necron Warrior, but not enough damage. So it's mostly, if it goes into melee with a Plague Probe, it's mostly to kill something off, or just trying to get there to fall back in the next turn. And of course not a lot expected in melee here. A combination of the Hvy Blightlauncher, 2.3 wounds versus Terminator, and plus a half a wound. With some luck, you could be killing 1 Terminator with a Foetid Bloatdrone. And then on the next, we have the Plague Speeders, 2d6 attacks, auto hitting. This is quite strong versus chaff infantry like Termagant's guards or Necron warriors, but then the damage is falling off as we go up in toughness. Still some wounds possible on infantry, but then when we go to the vehicles, only half to 1 wound from the Plague Speeders. And then in engagement range, they don't get a penalty for their hit roll, and the enemy is suffering contagion, improving a little bit for some of the targets, bringing the toughness down here. And then finally, the Fleshmower, very popular in 9th edition, but now here we have a little bit less damage, less attacks, and the AP, less AP is also hurting against the units with nice armor saves. So we see similar damage output like for the chaff, like the Speeders now. Their best use is against Space Marine type marine equivalents. Here, 1 mower drone could be killing 3 intercessors, but less than 1 Terminator, and we still keep some damage, 3 wounds around 3 wounds for enemy vehicles. And then trying to paint some idea here for the hovering death. So let's assume that we have engaged some enemy infantry in melee, just an example, close to an objective here. And then if you survive in their shooting phase and their melee phase, then you can start your turn by falling back. You can fall back, let's say forwards, and then you could be able to shoot the unit you left, or shoot and charge another unit. In this case, coming deeper into the enemy territory, maybe coming close to contesting an objective, or spreading more of the contagion for your other units to be able to shoot. And you're falling back. You're no longer tarpitting your Foetid Bloatdrones, so you can use this falling back quite interestingly. And as I said in the intro, we didn't have anything like this previously in our abilities. Reaching to the summary and final thoughts, I think the Hvy Blightlauncher is now getting even more interesting with the AP-2, the only AP-2 weapon for the Bloatdrone. The mower has gotten less attacks, and the less lower AP is hurting a bit. The Plague Speeders, like most of the speeder weapons that we have as death card, and all our units seem to have some spewer or sprayer or speeder. How many synonyms do you have for that? And that, of course, will be interesting with a new way Overwatch is working. The hovering death, as trying to explain here, is a nice way to get some more maneuverability, some more, let's say, more dancing around the battlefield, a bit Eldar style here, contesting objectives, spreading the contagion, and that could be helpful. But it's not like you can use one of the, let's say, the Bloatdrones to blow out huge enemy units, but it's more a harassing unit and allows you to spread the contagion better. I will spend more time on the durability. I haven't shown you so much durability calculations. I will spend more when I have when we have all the rules for death card. I will be, of course, visiting the durability. So what do you think about the Foetid Bloatdrone? Let me know in the comments. If you want to support my efforts, as always, please take a look at my Patreon page or become a YouTube member. And then if you also want, you can join the Discord channel to have a more discussion there in the GeneralJannis Chaos Tactics Discord channel. So with this concludes the video, and stay safe out there, and bye-bye.